Hello, my name is Tracy Hamon, and I am the author of several collections of poetry. I'd first like to say thank you to Turnstone Press for inviting me to share their anniversary with them, and happy anniversary. The first poem I'm going to read to you today is from my book Red Curls. This was published by Thistledown Press. This book is about the Austrian painter Egon Schiele, and it is also about his model, and it's also about the poet who goes exploring them. So the poem I'm going to read to you today is called Standing at the Window, and it's told basically in the voice of the poet. Standing at the window. Egon, I arrive at your door as one who watches, one who knocks, needing to be among the why of what you do, one who wants to be alone with the scent of your worry, your paint, and the stale breaded rise of your desire. Tonight, I bang at your door, a woman crouched silent in her bathroom, after I find your notebook open on aging thighs, cold cooperation papered in pre-dawn. I push my nose closer to the window, my only light a young girl's plastic snowman on the end of a pen. Orange luminous thoughts with each press of a word, until we are all young girls at your window, standing outside glassed walls, our faces pressed too hard to see. The second poem I'd like to read to you is from Interruptions in Glass. This was published by Cotto Books. This poem is about writing and about reading, and it's called Unsent Letter to Sylvia Lagree. I didn't understand dogs don't climb trees until the other day when I read to my nephews, their heads parked, paper on pause, each child eagerly waiting the next flip of fingers. Now I'm reading you and looking around the room, remembering the migration of dogs. I've followed impossibly. Do you like my hat? Imagine a bed big enough to sleep everyone. Even at the age of 4, I believed it was possible. Believed there were beds with room enough for all. A moon roosted in the bedroom window. Later, those dogs drive the flat migraine of a white page to a celebration in the biggest tree. Repetition is the mother of all movement. I am that child again. Memories looped by the words I read, and how reading a book in the sun-fingered limbs of a tree's shadow is akin to the awareness of pain, the fissure, your squall clouding my brain, the contract of my own nerves thinned and tightening. You said the word is embouchure, our blood pulsing from the heart to each peripheral region. You said limbic. You said swim. You said words that were in my mouth, formed by my mouth. An immigration. Do you like my hat? I do. I do like your hat. Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary, Turnstone Press. My name is Carla Funk, and I am delighted and so honored to be one of the authors in the Turnstone catalog. I have published 3 collections with Turnstone, and I'm going to read 2 poems today. The first one is from Apologetic, and it's called Spring Fling at the Holy Cross. This poem was inspired by seeing a sign above a Catholic school as I was driving down the highway, and the sign was advertising the Spring Fling. And there was something about seeing these students emerging from the school in their uniforms, looking very proper, and then imagining what they might look like going into this dance. And though I didn't get to go to the dance, I did get to dream it up and write it in a poem. This is Spring Fling at the Holy Cross. They drag each other out to dance beneath a spinning disco ball. Girls who've shunned their knee-length kilts for strapless gowns and taffeta. Boys who've traded ties and slacks for untucked shirts and baggy pants. They sway and sweat inside a crush of awkward limbs and cheap perfume, as is the lowly body's right. Passage through a cruel season strung with paper flowers, foil stars, crepe streamers, and balloon bouquets. They are in the darkness, shining. Light varies blue and violet on their faces, prisms their skin with the mirror's fractured dazzle. Above their heads, Christ hangs sad-eyed, sorry as the boy who hunkers in the bleachers for the evening's few slow songs, staring at his hands. And the next poem I'm going to read is from the collection Gloryland, which was the most recent collection that Turnstone published of mine. And this poem, I hope there's some music in it, but this poem is a piece, it's called Masterpiece. And I know that sounds completely cheeky, but there was something rather alluring about the idea of being able to say, oh yes, I've written a masterpiece, and really it's just the title of a poem, and it is referencing a particular work of art that I went to see at a gallery in Vienna, Austria. Everybody was going to see this particular painting. It's The Kiss by Klimt, and it was a big draw for a lot of the people in the gallery. And when I walked into the room where the painting was held, and there was this hush of awe and anticipation. And as I sat waiting and just watching people lining up, I quickly realized that I was far more interested in the people who were there to see the kiss than I was even to see the kiss. And for me, the people became the masterpiece. A man in red pants and a navy blazer fingers the white scarf around his neck, glances again and again at the woman on his arm, thinking, what? What kiss? What wine? Tonight, what anxious stars above the balcony? An ash-haired lady adjusts her pencil skirt, fans her face with a pamphlet, looks out the window over the fountains and rose gardens, where a labyrinth winds toward a sundial late in shadow. What stories in her brain? The docent's words blur to history, Art Nouveau, illuminated manuscripts, mosaics, Bronze Age, the meaning in this scene before us, cordoned off by velvet ropes. And though I've come, like other tourists, to see this famous work, to press in on the genius of this hot-blooded wildflower sprawl blooming in the empire, what woos me more than the looked upon is the crowd that's looking on. Below an exit sign, a swagger of teens nudge each other and stifle laughter when the docent annotates the sensuality alive within the painting, the spirals and vines, blossoms haloing the woman's hair as a symbol of the blah, blah, blah. I know I'm supposed to care more than I do. Lean in like a lover of all the world holds dear. Swoon over this masterpiece in oil, silver, and gold leaf. But here inside this gallery of strangers, the canvas is the after-hours swill of wine at the bottom of the glass, and not the party. The confetti on the dance floor, not the dance. Beside me, an old man coughs into his sleeve. Across the room, a baby starts to fuss. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. There's nothing here to see but an emblem of the artist's golden phase, and the gift shop clerk on her coffee break, who stands at the far window, as if before a mirror, touching up her lipstick, fixing her hair. Thank you so much for listening to poetry, for loving Turnstone Press as much as we all do. And again, happy anniversary, Turnstone. You are wonderful.